After nearly 3 years of unending war, Ukraine is running out of soldiers and out of options. Russia's unrelenting pressure on the eastern and southern fronts has left Kyiv scrambling to keep its war machine alive. In a last-ditch move, President Zelensky's government has overhauled the country's military recruitment system. The sweeping change replaces open-ended military service with fixed-term enlistment contracts, lasting 1 to 5 years. Kyiv says the reform will bring fairness, certainty, and modernization to an exhausted force, but analysts say it's desperation dressed as reform. The government is offering fresh incentives, higher pay, signing bonuses, and exemption from future mobilizations for those signing longer contracts. The message is clear. Ukraine needs volunteers, and fast. But experts doubt financial carrots can fix a collapsing manpower system. This isn't Kyiv's first attempt. A $24,000 sign-up bonus for young recruits failed miserably earlier this year. Despite heavy promotion, enlistment numbers barely moved, forcing authorities to resort to coercive street-level mobilizations. Scenes of men being detained have drawn outrage and ridicule online. Across Ukraine, anger is boiling over. Images of forced conscription have triggered protests and panic, with families accusing the government of betraying its own people. What began as a patriotic defense is now being seen as a forced draft for survival. Ukraine's dwindling manpower has grave consequences. With frontline battalions overstretched, analysts warn of vulnerabilities along the Donbas line and the risk of losing hard-won territory. The question now, how long can Ukraine hold out before its lines break? Inside Ukraine, political pressure is mounting. President Zelensky faces growing criticism for failing to prevent mass casualties and for mismanaging mobilization. Parliament members and veterans alike say the leadership is losing grip. Support for Zelensky's wartime leadership is visibly fading. Kyiv insists the reforms are not desperation, but modernization. Officials argue that clear service terms, improved pay, and professional standards will rebuild trust and morale in the armed forces. But on the ground, soldiers see a different reality, one of fatigue and uncertainty. As the war grinds on, Zelensky's government is betting on a system built on short-term hope and long-term exhaustion. Fixed-term contracts may fill some gaps, but they cannot replace the will that once defined Ukraine's defense. In the end, the new policy exposes what Kyiv most fears: not defeat, but depletion.